You're watching QTV, broadcasting from the Gambia, and this is the news with me, Marietta Sidibe. Coming up, personnel of the Gambia Police Force embarked on street clearing exercise of abandoned vehicles and stalls within the Kanifing Municipality. The largest forum of African entrepreneurs, public and private sector leaders wraps up in Lagos, Nigeria. The Gambia Media Law Report launched ahead of the commencement of Constitution review process. And the Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce supports youth enterprises through a youth agribusiness and tourism expo. Those were atom stories, and now the news in detail. Personnel of the Gambia Police Force Saturday night embarked on street clearing exercise within the Kanifing Municipality. Abandoned vehicles left on the roadside, street stalls and tables used by roadside vendors were cleared off. This action follows an earlier warning issued by the police. Babakar Size has more.
The removal took many by surprise because it was conducted at around 9 p.m. when the people affected were at home. Bilo Barry says this is their only source of livelihood and he was not aware of the press release.
No, exactly.
I don't know what they are up to, but this is the place we earn our living. I'm appealing to the authorities to give us a chance so that we continue selling. Fatusila sells locally made fufu and ebe at Westfield. She says she could have earned a living by indulging in indecent acts, but instead choose to sell food. She also claims that she has even recently paid tax to KMC.
We are young and we could have been involved in prostitution, but we did not because we are struggling for our future. We paid $500 each on Wednesday to KMC as tax. Everyone have paid here. So why are they sending us away? They say the prince is coming, that's why. But will the streets in the United Kingdom be cleared because a Gambian is visiting?
Some have attributed the actions of the police to the visit of the royals from the United Kingdom. The police PRO ASP Laminjai clarifies.
Actually, the Gambia Police Force has been preparing to undertake this activity to remove all obstacles on the road, and this visit is a catalyst to this. It's just a coincidence, and then we are started operating to remove all these vehicles from the road. We've even issued said in the press release that those who fail to remove it, when we remove it, you will attract a fine. And we are telling the general public, especially vehicle owners or people who have these vehicles on the road, that if you fail to remove your vehicle, when it is removed by the police, you will attract a fine. And even after the visit of the royals, you're not supposed to return your vehicle there. It is for good. You're supposed to remove your vehicle from the road and not supposed to bring it back there anymore. If you do so, you will attract another fine different from the one you have attracted previously in the event you have.
Even though there had been a press release by the police before the operation, some stall owners say they have no other place to go. Their only option is to stay and earn a living. For QTV News, I am Babakar Sise.
The largest forum of African entrepreneurs, public and private sector leaders has ended in Lagos, Nigeria. Organized by the Tony Elomelu Foundation, TEF, the forum is a unique opportunity for bringing together young business talents and creating dynamic networks. Over 4,000, including Gambia entrepreneurs, have been empowered by the foundation since its inception in 2015, with each receiving a $5,000 non-refundable seed grant. QTV's Alu Sise was at the Lagos Forum on the invitation of the organizers, and he now reports.
The forum marked the graduation of the 2018 cohort of the TEF Entrepreneurship Program, following a rigorous 9-month period of training, mentorship, and funding, which brought the total number of beneficiaries of the program to over 400,000, with over 300,000 applications. One of the highlights was the unveiling of TEF Connect, an innovative digital community that brings together the complete entrepreneurship ecosystem across Africa and beyond, including entrepreneurs, investors, and the broader business community on one platform. TEF Connect seeks to link entrepreneurs across the continent. Gambian entrepreneur Momar Mastal, founder and managing director of Tropingo Food, was awarded together with other 4 African entrepreneurs for their incredible achievements over the years. Tal is a tough entrepreneur, and his success story, according to the foundation, is an exceptional one considering how far he has come from the 5,000 Tony Elumolo seed fund in 2015. He is among the few Gambians who have so far benefited from the support given by the foundation to African entrepreneurs. For Momar Mastal, the award is something that every Gambian should be proud of. While urging the government of the Gambia to empower entrepreneurs, Tal encouraged young people of the country to go into entrepreneurship. 5 Gambians were selected for the 2018 program, and amongst them are Banking Jai of FinTech, Chan Mendy, a fashion entrepreneur, and Sarah Bintu Dibasi, who is into bakery. They are hoping that their entrepreneurship goals will be actualized with the non-refundable seed capital of 5,000 support of the foundation. The forum, they said, created a unique opportunity to interact and connect with their peers from other countries. Commencing with series of goodwill messages from key stakeholders in the investment, governmental, and development communities, the event featured a pitching competition, panel discussion, as well as a vibrant interactive session between His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana and the entrepreneurs, moderated by TEF founder Tony Elumelo. TEF founder Tony Elumelo reaffirmed his commitment to championing Africa's economic development by supporting and training a new generation of entrepreneurs whose success can transform the continent. His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana underlined the importance of galvanizing the broad entrepreneurship ecosystem, calling on public sector representatives to encourage, support, and replicate the work of Tony Elumelo Foundation in their respective regions. Speaking on the importance of putting the right policies in place, President Nana Akufo-Addo said nothing is changed or developed on its own.
I think everything, change comes from mobilization, from agitation, from people insisting that this is the way they want things to be done. Nothing is changed or developed on its own. It never happens that way. People have to get up, speak, form groups, movements, discussions, and change the dialogue in their respective countries. That is what has to be done. That has to be done here in Nigeria, it has to be done in my own country of Ghana, it has to be done across the world. Those who want the change have to go out and strive for it. I'm not talking about taking up guns. I'm talking about changing the discourse in our countries so the leaders then begin to focus on what the majority of our population want. And the majority of our population is young. So therefore, the fixation of leaders, the focus of leaders, the concentration of leaders have to be on the things that we need to do to get young people going.
Since 2015, the Tony Elumelo Foundation has empowered African entrepreneurs across the continent with a 5,000 non-refundable seed grant, a personalized training program designed specifically for African environment, and access to a dedicated group of mentors, significantly contributing to economic growth, job creation, and revenue generation. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
The Gambia Press Union Monday launched the Gambia Media Law Report at a local hotel in Kololi. The report, prepared by renowned lawyer Howard Cisse Sabali with support from international and local partners, spells out the GPU's call for the repealing of unfriendly media laws that obstruct freedom of expression and that of the media. And Sumana Itonyasi was at the ceremony, and he now reports.
As the Gambia prepares for the drafting of a new constitution, the Gambia Press Union Monday launched the Media Law Report at a ceremony attended by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. The report, which seeks to advocate for the enactment of friendly media laws, has been lauded by journalists and activists as timely. For the past 2 decades, there have been unprecedented levels of restrictions on press freedom as journalists, politicians, civil servants, and even ordinary citizens were prosecuted and jailed for speech-related offenses. It is on this backdrop that the GPU prepared a position paper to advocate for the repealing of unfriendly media laws, which still remain largely unenforceable in the new dispensation. In his address, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Tambedu, said government is committed to protecting the rights and freedoms of journalists, saying democracy cannot thrive without media.
These are all remarkable positive developments in this country, and we must acknowledge and commend the government for opening up the democratic space that allow for these progressive democratic practices. Notwithstanding all of these positive developments, I am also aware that the potential application of the law on publication of false news has generated some concern from some quarters. While this reaction is understandable in view of our recent historical context, I wish to reassure everyone that the constitutional right to freedom of expression and the media is not, and I repeat, is not under any form of threat in the new Gambia, and that the government remains committed to the idea of a free media environment.
For his part, the president of the Gambia Press Union, Sirif Bojang Jr., said Gambian journalists have in the past faced numerous challenges, and key among them is the restriction on media freedoms. He, however, thanked the new government for showing the political will to free up space for journalists to operate freely.
The media, we all know, we felt what happened in the past, especially with laws. We talk about some of the gross rights violations meted out to journalists in this country, and oftentimes those violations were supported or justified by some of the draconian laws we had in our books. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of Gambian journalists and on behalf of the Gambia Press Union as president to extend our thanks and our appreciation to the government through the Minister of Justice for doing what should have been done a long time ago, for showing good gesture, for standing by us.
Delivering the launch statement on behalf of the Minister, Amin Jai, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Information and Communications Infrastructure, said the launching of the Media Laws Report marks an important milestone in the fight against the enactment and enforcement of unfriendly media laws.
The report of the Media Law Review Committee has been submitted to MOISI and the Ministry of Justice, and consultations are ongoing between our two ministries to ensure the endorsement of the recommendation proffered in the report by Cabinet and subsequently enacted or amended by the National Assembly. In this regard, I have no doubt that the research paper to be launched this morning, along with the report of the Media Law Review Committee, will provide valuable inputs to this consultation process, which I strongly believe will assist government in creating the enabling environment for freedom of expression and media development in the Gambia.
With the CRC set to commence the drafting of the new constitution, it is hoped that this report will help make clear the GPU's position with regards to the country's media laws. Other speakers included the chairman of Tango, Mr. John Charles Njai, and Sam Sar, editor of Foreign newspaper. For QTV News, I am Ansmana Iso Nyasi.
The Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce, GYCC, in partnership with the Youth Empowerment Project, YEP, NEMA and FASDEP, is supporting youth enterprises through a Youth Agribusiness and Tourism Expo. Underway at the Independence Stadium in Bakau, the Youth Expo is expected to provide exhibition space for over 200 youth in agribusiness and tourism, amongst others. The theme for the Expo is promoting youth agribusiness and tourism sector through the creation of market linkages and networking. QTV's Omar P. Jallo visited the stadium and spoke to some of the participants.
The Business Trade Fair is a National Youth Agribusiness and Tourism Expo, and the trade fair is actually looking at two different components. And one of the components is looking at agribusiness, where we bring over 70% of all the participants coming from the rural areas. And these are people in agribusiness, these are people in agriculture. And the other segment is those in the tourist industry. Those who are designers, those doing fashion, those in cosmetics, and those that are doing some real Gambian clothing, designing, at least as a way of promoting some of their products, but again to encourage them to network, to know one another, and do business within themselves. And this has been very fruitful since we started. And we can see the amazing fashion designers we have. We can see the amazing young people and the kind of agri-products that they have. So this shows you that the Gambia have a lot to offer to the world. And one of the reasons why we organize this is purely to promote made in the Gambia, to promote home growth, and to promote Gambian skills. So basically this is the reason why we organize this 10 days trade fair.
The turnout is not very good. It's not good at all.
What do you think is responsible?
Maybe the publicity is not that much. Like we have to sensitize people, and then also the outside there's people. Like outside we have to market all these things from outside, because people inside the Gambia here, like maybe they don't have, money to come and buy, some of the things that are exhibited inside here. So that's why I don't think, the turn-up is not that much. Yes. But then in the evening, people come by and then just do some window shopping and go. Like, it's only less people who can afford to buy things here, yes.
I have different kind of stuff here. For this one, insane bone, locally we call it andichurai. This other one is a flower vase, normally used for flower. And that other is a jar with a tap, as you can see. And we have different kind of stuff out there, teacups.
It's my first time, but to be honest, everything has been well since Friday. The customers are coming. We are doing a lot of networking.
Well, I cannot differentiate it because I have not seen how Perth actually looks like. But I've seen that the turnout is not very good because people aren't coming. I think this is lack of maybe awareness, because I believe UICC is their first trade fair that they organize, and they're learning from it. The organizing is not really well done, but they're trying.
The soap have a lot of beautiful ingredients. They are natural ingredients. I make them with honey, milk, and lime with Dettol liquid, and natural oil, which you know that it will prevent you from skin irritation, skin infection, and after bleach irritation. Mostly in the Gambia, we have a lot of people, especially young people. By those days, it used to be old people. We've seen them to be bleached, but nowadays we see young people of 15 years upward bleaching, which you know that it's not good. That's why I say let me come with this product with the lotion and mix it for them with natural ingredients so that they will beautify and expose their real color than spoiling their color. Before they reach age of 30, their skins are messed up. So that's why I came with these products, which are really good, and it doesn't have any side effect. They're all natural ingredients. It doesn't bleach. If you want to beautify your color to have a real beautiful color.
Before we end this bulletin, we recap our main headlines. Personnel of the Gambia Police Force Saturday night embarked on street clearing exercise within the Kanifing Municipality. Abandoned vehicles left on the roadsides, street stalls and tables used by roadside vendors were cleared off. This action follows an earlier warning issued by the police. The largest forum of African entrepreneurs, public and private sector leaders has ended in Lagos, Nigeria. Organized by the Tony Elumelu Foundation, TEF, the forum is a unique opportunity for bringing together young business talents and creating dynamic networks. Over 4,000, including Gambian entrepreneurs, have been empowered by the foundation since inception in 2015, with each receiving a $5,000 non-refundable seed grant. The Gambia Press Union Monday launched the Gambia Media Law Report at a local hotel in Kololi. The report, prepared by renowned lawyer Hawasise Sabali with support from international and local partners, spells out the GPU's call for the repealing of unfriendly media laws that obstruct freedom of expression and that of the media. The Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce, GYCC, in partnership with the Youth Empowerment Project, YEP, NEMA and FASDEP, is supporting youth enterprises through a Youth Agribusiness and Tourism Expo underway at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. The Youth Expo is expected to provide exhibition space for over 200 youth in agribusiness and tourism, amongst others. The theme for the Expo is promoting youth agribusiness and tourism sector through the creation of market linkages and networking. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news.